So on today's episode of FlatsClass, we're fishing with Captain Ryan Accurcio. You might recognize the Accurcio name because I fished with his brother David Accurcio probably about 7 seasons ago. We did an incredible triple tail show out of the Hells Bay Estero. Well, Ryan has a Hells Bay professional, and he's not only a marine tech, but he's also a guide up here on the Big Bend and Nature Coast zones, just like myself. He's just one of those guys that understands how fish behave. And he and I had a day off, and I was like, you know, it'd be kind of nice to give you the opportunity to do this with me, and let's just do a guide's day off. Let's just go have some fun, bang around in our backyard, and try to learn something. And there's no pressure to perform. We do what we do, and today it worked out for us. Well, we have a pretty good looking day. I know that there's going to be some high clouds a little bit later, but overall, it's a pretty nice day. If we get a little bit of a sea breeze, might make fishing better, because sometimes too nice a day is not always the best news when it comes to fishing.
Yeah, it's nice for us, but they prefer a little bit of cover and a little bit of wind to quiet us down some.
Well, I've got a good feeling about today. I saw that there was a lot of boats at the ramp, so it looks like a lot of people have that feeling today.
Yeah, well, we often fish the weather we like, and like we talked about, pressure makes diamonds, so.
That's right, pressure makes diamonds. Let's make this a diamond episode and go catch a little bit of everything.
Grind it out.
All right. So up here in the Big Bend zone, like Steinhatchee, Keaton, Horseshoe, I mean, what are the trio that make up your inshore slams here?
I would definitely have to say the redfish, the trout, and the unsung hero is the flounder. Kind of like a surprise at the end of the day.
That should be, right there. Well, I'm on my way.
That one's got some bend to it.
That one there.
Shaking his head.
Keep steady pressure and an active tip when the rod's a little too heavy.
I'm gonna go put this down.
Not a giant, but rod's a little on the stiff side, so I'm gonna kind of not use my drag and just use my thumb on this. Just be careful with this.
Yeah, I see those trebles did their job.
Oh yeah. Be easy.
Yeah. Sorry, girl. Easy. Yep. Perfect.
Now, easy as it goes. That's a good looking trout there. Look how gold they are. There's a little bit different color to your trout up here.
It's pretty.
Near the river.
I got that rainbow on the back there.
Mm-hmm.
It's really pretty.
Florida trout are beautiful. All right, that's good. It's a start. The Big Bend area is one of those zones that is familiar to me, and it has a lot of the same characteristics the Nature Coast has. Lots of rocks, lots of dangers, lots of hazards that you can tear boats up with. But it also has good, healthy fish populations and good water quality. And that's really the attraction to it. And being able to fish old Florida as it still is right now. You get to fish the flats and you get to fish the marsh type water, and there's even some backcountry opportunities along the way when you're fishing the Big Bend area. There he is.
Ooh.
There he is.
Oh, baby. Doing trout things.
Doing trout things.
Good job. Well, going down in size was the right move.
Down in size and to the soft line.
Yes, sir. Nice red. Nice red.
Wanted to make sure it had it because I thought it was a
I'm gonna
trout.
drop power pole.
Well, that's how you catch the bigger ones. Just got to pull out the baby rattle. I mean, hammered that.
I know. Man, that eat was something else. Boom! I saw the wake. I was like, I know he sees the wake.
Yeah, it's gonna happen. Might have to put
Thank
that
you.
elastic on there.
Yeah.
Oh, don't get dark on me. Wanted to see this beautiful fish. Ooh, Nelly. No, 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 no. Yeah, that's full grown there. That is a full grown
Nice
fish
fish,
there.
man. Woo wee. That's a koi right there.
That, a giant. And that's what topwater is. You know, topwater is one of those baits that's alpha.
I
just
know.
produces alpha fish. Everyone shies off it because they want more bites.
Yeah, man.
They're like, let's throw a paddle tail or let's throw a jerk shed. And if people only knew, the angling public would spend more time throwing this type of lure.
I got the plug out of the way. All right, ready?
Yep. Look at the size of that fish.
What a pretty fish.
That's a giant. You gotta love when they're that size. I mean, you could hear the pop, the air in his mouth.
Oh, yeah.
As he closed, he was closing on that and he was like, look at this. This is a gift. That Duke dog is a gift. Man, did he make good account of himself.
Oh,
That
yeah.
was awesome. Awesome. Well, that makes it 2/3 of the way to your inshore
Hey.
slam right now.
Come on now.
Got a couple of trout and got a really nice red on topwater. I just need to,
Where's that doormat at?
I need a flounder. I'm not sure topwater is the best choice to go flounder fishing. But that was so much fun, I wouldn't mind doing an encore of a redfish. So we're gonna do that again. If you're watching this episode and you've never had the opportunity to fish the Big Bend area, number one, I would tell you, hire a native guide to go fishing there because you're going to need that experience so that you can expand your own experience because it can be treacherous. You just gotta understand you need to be paced. Don't be in a hurry. It's not like other places because you get in a hurry up here, you're gonna be stopped pretty quick. That's a good one.
Oh yeah, that's got
That's a
some
good
shoulders
one.
on it. That fish isn't doing you any favors.
Nope, he's working me. This is my favorite rod though. He's all in that grass. He's beat now. Whoa, whoa.
Good job, man.
Whew. That's a good one too.
Not lacking for meals.
No. Easy, easy, easy. Barbless hooks. That's a handful of redfish right there. Looking good. Looking good. Clean one too.
Oh yeah. No battle scars on this one.
Yeah. Well, there's no spot on that side.
Well, it's custom built.
Yeah. Yep. That's a good looking fish. All right.
Flounder.
It's a good one too.
I know.
That's a hard mouth on that. Whoa, 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 whoa. You got a heavy rod, I'm just gonna boat flip him. Look at that, put him right in the net for you.
What a fish, man. Came up right up off the bottom.
I made another bait change. Went to the ball tail. That's a pretty good, you know.
You don't have small hands.
Yeah, it's probably about 15, 16 inches long. And today was one of those days when you have a busman's day with a fellow guide that you can really play around and experiment with baits. I threw a big twitch bait. It was like a 37 size. I threw topwater. I caught a big, I mean a really big redfish on that, and realized after about 6 short strikes, I was like, they're just not going to love this as much as I love throwing it. So then I made another switch. I switched to a subsurface 27, which is the XL Mirrodine, and then that worked for about 2 fish. And then as that water was crawling up on the grass, one thing that always works is that Z-Man kicker crab. So I put it on a cord jig for him, and he did exactly what I asked him to do. He proceeded to start catching fish.
There we go. That's
and that one's got a little weight. We'll hit the anchor button right here and we'll just stay here. Yeah, nice, nice red.
Yep.
I'm gonna get the net.
I put it back together.
Yep, I saw that.
Woo. Yes, sir. Yeah, barely felt him thump it. Pretty fish. Fishing found me. I actually hated it growing up, believe it or not. I would always be the one baiting the hooks and playing with the worms and eating the Reese's cups. And as I got older, got a driver's license. My dad had this canoe that was just wrecked. He and my brother patched it all up, and I started taking it on small trips and watched my brother guide full time, and I knew it was something that I wanted to do and something that I had to pursue. Shortly after, fishing trips became scouting, scouting became guiding, and guiding just became something that I really knew I wanted to do in some capacity for the rest of my life.
Another one.
It's like it's coasting in.
Might be the crab. Whoa, 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 whoa.
Okay,
whoa.
turn the jets on.
Nettable? Looking like it. Another redfish about similar size.
Yeah, this water's got them frisky. Look at the tail.
And the kicker crab is the way to go. Another good looking fish here.
Yeah.
Not gigantic, but it's steady action.
Yeah. Pretty fish, like I don't know, it's like the one you see in Bass Pro, just like perfect.
Yeah, it is the perfect look.
My confidence in the kicker crab definitely got instilled, and just knowing the abundance of crab and shrimp in this region, it's something you got to go with. Once you see the first bite, you see how aggressive it is. It kind of builds the confidence in me to keep trying it over and over again. And they did not turn it down, and you can feel it kind of bumping on the rod tip, and then when they thump it, it's just, you can't deny a bite like that.
Woo! That's a trout.
That's a trout, yep.
I'm gonna get the net for this one.
Oh my God, oh, that's a red.
That's a red.
Was that the most trout-like?
Hit the anchor button on there and it'll just hold us here.
He came up shaking his head like a trout.
I got him.
Spots
All
on
right,
him.
well, I will be swapping over to the crab now. I think 3 in a row. I mean, I'd be an idiot if I didn't change now, huh? I mean, they are cookie cutter fish.
Yep.
Cookie cutter.
Doing their thing.
Doing their thing. Right there, nice trout. I mean, I watched him come off the bottom to eat that. Off the bottom. He came straight up. I mean, just crushed it. That's a fat trout. Oh. I mean, was barely ready for that one.
That's the definition of commitment.
Yeah, I mean, he was coming for it.
Wow. That is that's a fatty there.
Yeah, that's a chunk. It feels like it weighs 2 pounds and it's probably no longer than 17 inches long.
It's a pretty fish.
Pretty fish. Put him back where he belongs. I want to catch him next year. Crab bait will surprise people how effective it is. Super underrated. Today's tackle talk is all about fishing that Big Bend area with Captain Ryan Accurcio, and because it was kind of a guide's day off, I wanted to throw what I wanted to throw. And that is a 7'3", 7'4" setup here. This is medium heavy. I have fluorocarbon line on it. I love throwing fluorocarbon line when we get in those scenarios where I can throw plugs or when I'm in a clear water situation. What you didn't see in the episode is the boat ramp was full because it was the day before 2 tournaments that were going to be held up there, and everybody was on the water throwing the fish. And I wanted to make sure that I had a tactical advantage, so I was throwing Momoy's SoFlex fluorocarbon. It is one of those types of lines when you have to fool them, this fools them. Works great for me. A lot of guys say, I can't believe you're throwing that in salt water, but it works. It really does work. The bait that worked the absolute level best today, and it was obvious because the scoreboard proved it out, was the Z-Man kicker crab. Now, I threw it on a 1/4 ounce jig head. I had Ryan throwing it on a 1/4 ounce core. It's called a core rig. It's their tush rig. And those 2 setups work out perfect because what it does is when you have enough weight on the crab, it allows it to travel low along the top of the grass, right along the sandy potholes. I like this little Matt Allen's. This is his dirty jig, and it's got a very low angle. It's like maybe 15 or 20 degree line tie there. So it pulls it flat. If the line tie is up toward the top of the head, it wants to lift it up into the water column, and I'm trying to keep it as low in the water as possible. And that's a lot of the reason why I throw casting gear. Casting gear has a gear ratio and a line pickup that is very slow. I'm only picking up 28 inches of line per handle turn on this little Bates Hundo. If I were throwing a spinning rod, I might be picking up 35, 36, 37 inches of line, which pulls that crab up high. When you have bright skies, those fish want to be tight to the bottom. Bait casters are a big advantage. So the next time you find yourself up there in the Big Bend zone or even right here on the Nature Coast and you're wanting to connect with redfish, I'm going to tell you right now, there's not a better bait profile than the Z-Man kicker crabs. Yeah, that's a good one. Whoa, whoa, whoa. That is a good fish. Oh, he wants to make me work for him. Caught so many of these today. I say this is the one that puts us back at the ramp across from C.A. for sure.
Time for some barbecue.
Yeah, that's a barbecue fish right there. He just smoked that crab. I mean, that's a good fish. I'm gonna get my net.
Yep. One-man show.
Oh yeah.
Nice. Woo.
Helps to have arms as long as outriggers, huh? Wow. He hammered that crab. I mean, I think this might be the greatest number of redfish I've caught on a crab in the state of Florida. I mean, I've done it in Louisiana naturally, but I mean, crazy.
They weren't turning it down.
Unbelievable. They just do not turn it down. They do not turn it down. Wow. Look at that fish. What do you say?
That's a.
Is that the one that takes us back?
That's the one.
I think that's the one. I think the guys from Lateral Media will be happy about that.
Barbecue time.
Whew. Beautiful. Being able to share the boat with Ryan Accurcio was a real pleasure. In South Florida, he was known as a hardcore fly guy. He's gotten up here and he realizes it's a little bit more random, and power fishing with artificials is working for him. So appreciate Ryan, appreciate the push that he gave me today, and love all you guys up there on that Big Bend area because you got one hell of a fishery.